Hi, and welcome to your reading. This is Supernatural Mama Tarot, and yes, welcome. So, it's very funny because when I sat down um, to pick up the deck, that card was at the bottom, and then I shuffled, and so I want to say that the message for this reading is very much about speaking your truth, speaking out. And it sort of goes hand in hand with the image that came to me when I was meditating before sitting down to record this, which was specifically a red balloon. I'm not quite sure. I don't think that the color is relevant. More what was happening is that this red balloon that had a string tied to the bottom, but a loose string, obviously it had been cut, was floating to the top, and it reached a point where it stopped for a few seconds and then didn't burst, it exploded in such a way that from the bottom up, so that everything sort of trickled down the top back down. So for me, that was very much that something is rising within this collective, or for many of you in this collective, and you are reaching a point where you are ready to speak out, and that's a beautiful thing, because there are people that are wanting to listen, that need to hear what you have to say. Let's just go a little bit further, and I do have some oracle decks here that I'd like to pull from. This is I can't remember, I think it's a light oracle. Here we go. Okay, so we have trust the niggle, which to me is always about, your intuition. What is your intuition telling you? Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. I mean, this is something we should all be doing, or trying to do at some stage. Grounding is important. So for those of you that don't have a daily grounding practice, I suggest, I can't say that I suggest, I think it would be in your highest good to try and develop one. Does help in times of upheaval. So yeah, the minute I see this trust the niggle, it tells me that for those of you who this reading resonates with, nothing is going to come as a surprise. It will be something that you've known for a while. I think for some of you, I get the feeling, I'm just getting a chariot energy. So I think for some of you, it's been this getting to this point has been quite quick and quite tumultuous. So I'm also going to pull from this magical unicorn oracle deck, which I quite love, and I just find it's quite nice because there's a sort of a quick meditation in there that I will add in the description box, whichever cards are pulled. Go with the flow, relax and trust, accept what is happening. And that seems to be a very much a current theme for this collective, which is cocoon of white light, rest in perfect love, understand oneness, which has been very much about surrendering and trusting. And that's what both of these are, is, when we trust, we go with the flow. And when we trust and we understand that there is, that we are all one. I mean, oneness is a very, very difficult concept to grasp. Sometimes it's quite hard. I struggled with it myself. I struggle with it myself sometimes still. And yes, but the ultimate goal is is to just trust that everything is always working out for you, and to surrender to that knowledge. I'm being told 3. There we go. Okay. I am presence. Expand your stellar gateway. I am that I am. And I mean, this is also very much in line with with oneness, with the I am, with the acknowledgement that within you contain everything, and to sit in silence sometimes, and just the mantra I am that I am is so affirming for what we truly are, which is divine spiritual beings. There was at one stage I was following Lee Carroll Cryon for quite a while, and there was one affirmation that one of the ladies, I don't know her name, she's an Australian, has an Australian accent, that has always stuck with me, and it is I'm a divine spiritual being having a human experience. I am the perfect love of God. So that for me is always a very grounding mantra. So that resonates. That was from Cryon Lee Carroll. Okay. And then I've got one more oracle deck, and then I'll pull the rest of the tarot, and we'll hear more about what is going on with this. Very much this, what I'm seeing, what I'm sensing, and what they're guiding me. But I am seeing that it is happening very differently for this collective. Like, there is very much this feeling that for some of you that this resonates with, you've been on this journey for quite a while. So what is taking place is known, which doesn't mean that it is any easier. And then I'm just getting this very, very new sense, and I think that's where the balloon imagery comes in, of this quick rising, that for a bit, I can't say a big portion or a small portion, but for some of you in this collective, there's this is all happening very quickly. I think the term is quickening, when you sort of awaken to everything very, very fast, and often with childbirth, that can, when you give birth to a child, that can happen. So if that resonates with anyone, then also please feel free to reach out. It's very difficult journey alone, especially when you haven't found your soul tribe, and if you're a new mother as well. I mean, that itself comes with its own challenges. So there is help out there if that is the case. Spiritual awakening, and that goes very much in difference. This card comes up a lot at the moment, and the ancestor, which has also been coming up quite a bit, and I have been getting the sense that for someone in particular, they want you to know that someone, I personally don't like talking about loved ones that have passed, but I get this sense that it wasn't a mother, wasn't a grandmother, it was a mother figure, but not a mother, and not connection by marriage, not a mother-in-law, just was a friend maybe that was older, that was very, and that has passed on in your adulthood. And they are, this message isn't specifically from them, but as this card came, there was this sense of this person going, yes, I'm here. So for someone that has lost, that resonates, then know that none of us are ever truly alone, but that for you, there is someone just spending a little bit of extra time in your aura, sending you love and support and guidance. Okay, let's pull some tarot. Okay, so we've got the Hierophant. I'll bring these up to the camera now. Okay, so fives, lots of fives. The Hierophant is a 5, right? Sorry. 5 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups. Fives are all about change. In one of the readings I did, there was a pile picking reading, I think it was pile 3 and pile 4, which were also all about change, lots of 5s. So if you've been seeing a lot of 5s around, 55, 555, then this is definitely something in this reading for you. We've got the 3 of Cups. Okay, so I'm just going to stop there and let's go through what we have, and we will 8 of Wands. As I said earlier, there's very much a Chariot energy to a part of this reading. Things are happening very fast, coming at you very, very quickly, and that's just confirmed by the 8 of Wands here. It's a lot of intention is being placed into action, but it is coming from many directions, and there can be a sense of being overwhelmed. I've just been guided to quickly look at something in this book, specifically on the 8 of Wands. This Light Seer's Tarot has a and we opened on the 6 of Wands, so I'm just going to read this because, well, just the badass success, leadership, accomplishment, being seen, becoming an influencer, victory, optimism, inspiring others. The affirmation for this particular card is, I am worthy of this success and I am grateful that I am seen. Okay, and I just want to read the shadow side. As you can see here in the book, they have, like, just at the top there, there's almost like, I want to say buzzwords, Light Seer, shadow side. So I just want to read the shadow side of this 8 of Wands, because for some, it can also represent hesitancy. So here we have instability, delays, unfocused energy, lack of direction, burnout, a tendency to hesitate. So let me actually just read the actual thing. Action. You know those moments in life that feel like a sprint? This type of speedy energy is at play. It's inspirational, it's fiery, it's positive, and it's now. If you have a gut feeling that needs to be acted upon, listen to it. With all of this movement, avoid being swept along by an unpredictable tide. By having clarity about your desires and direction, harness this beautiful window of swift opportunity. In shadow, the 8 of Wands suggests that there is some sticky energy influencing your situation. You want to move, but act. If your foot's not stuck in the mud, then you've locked your keys in the car. Am I right? If you're fluctuating between having a tendency to hesitate and running so fast that you're burning out, it's time to bring some balanced momentum into your propulsion. Consistent movement that feels right in your heart is the best place to start. The affirmation for this is, it's go time. I fall into the flow of this quickening energy and I swiftly face my desires head on. So there, as I said, for some of you, there is a quickening taking place. And it can be overwhelming, and there is a need for balance, which I was going to get to here with the Moon card. The Moon is often about, for me, balancing our dark, our light, seeing all our parts and accepting them completely without judgment. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Judgment card doesn't come up. And here, once again, we have, this balance, the two of pentacles. She, two being the number of duality, but she hasn't quite figured it out. She's still making some decisions. So, and that's understandable. When there is a lot taking place, it is quite difficult to know which direction to go in. And as I said, I do get the sense of new momness, new awakening, but happening fast. And that in itself can be exceptionally overwhelming. Which is also why this get grounded and trust the niggle has come out. There is this need to ground because there is a lot going on, and if you cannot find some moment of calm in this storm, the storm becomes very overwhelming. One of my favorite authors, Haruki Murakami, I think he would be considered a cult author, I'm not sure, but I think it was Kafka on the Shore. I will add this quote in the description box. It is one of my absolute favorites, and I'll add the entire thing, but essentially the short version of it is once you've made it through the storm, like, you won't know how you made it through, you won't even know what was going on when you were in the cluster of the storm, but once you make it through, like, it's the most beautiful thing. So I will add that. It's a personal favorite because it's something that has spoken to me even before my awakening, when before I knew what spirituality was, because life, I think for many of us light workers, has been a struggle, a beautiful, magical struggle. For me, I've always said my life is magical in the most beautiful and terrible of ways, and I mean, that is the balance, because it is all neutral, right? Anyway, I'm not going to go off on that tangent because there is a lot to cover here. So we have this spiritual ascension, but we also have this need with the fives of we need to release. We are busy releasing. We're getting to that stage, right? But we see here with the Five of Pentacles that while we might be letting go of the emotional, we are really struggling to let go, or not. When I say we, there are some that are really struggling to let go of some physical, material attachments, and also she's too focused on her pain to see that the way out is right there. The key is right there. So what that tells me is, and I think it's no coincidence that these two cards are next to each other in this state of pain that she is in, where she can't see. I see that within her she is possibly becoming an older version of herself. Like I said, there is a sense of holding onto something very, very tightly that is causing not just pain, but what is the word? Sorry, they'll give it to me in a moment. Resentment. Resentment towards maybe yourself is actually, I don't think that this is about another person. This indifference is almost to self for some of you. For some of you it might be for another person. Let's just quickly get some clarifiers there. And we got 2. Okay. We just shift this up. Okay, so we've got the 9 of Pentacles, and we've got the 6 of Swords. So yes, for some of you, it is personal. There is some self-work. There is some self-work to do. Whatever is taking place that is causing change within your life, or whatever is changing within your life, there seems to be some of you that are really struggling to take the next step, and this would not be for the when I said those that are new to this journey, that are experiencing a quickening. This is more for the more traveled soul, at least in this lifetime. And yeah, and that's what we see here with the Nine of Pentacles, is that yes, you're actually at the end of this journey, but you're holding onto something in the physical world very, very, very strongly. And that could be anything that, could be romantic, it could be a job that you are not walking out of, or a partnership, but the message here is about trust. So the guidance here for those that resonate with the well-traveled soul, that you're almost becoming not toxic to yourself, but some of you might be when you become resentful of others in situations, and you begin to blame, essentially what you are doing is blaming yourself, becoming resentful of yourself, and not just because that person is you in another body, right? Or let's not go that deep. That too many tangents to go off there. And but the point that I'm trying to make is that everyone mirrors us in some way or form, to some degree. And I'm also not going to go too deep into that, because with the twin flame and this, the level of mirroring shifts. But essentially, the people in your life are mirrors. So what they show you is what you need to learn about yourself, right? They essentially mirror what you do, which is quite difficult to grasp, and also, like I said, it's not quite black and white and clear cut, but everybody in our life is there to guide us, help us, or teach us a lesson, or teach us something about ourselves, something that we need to learn to better ourselves. And there is a lesson that is being learned, but due to fear and concern, the mind can do wonders. We can create things, nightmares, to be afraid of that could never even possibly be, and yet we can go into states of anxiety. So what this is telling me is that there is something. The Six of Cups comes out. There's something in your past, that, especially from childhood. So for some of you, this will be a relationship, and it will be in the sense of you have I say this without sounding judgmental, because I personally have had the same issue, poor choice in men, and we sort of term, and so for any of you that resonates with, there is this opportunity to change, because you are now aware of what is taking place. You're aware, and there's an opportunity to release the trauma, right, and show the self-love that is required, right, to go back into this full energy, right, to choose what you take with you into this new phase of your life, while at the same time remembering that within you contains everything, your intention, right, with the Seven of Wands, it's intention into action, or action into intention, either which way, there is growth. And you are in, whenever I do see this card, though, it is very much goes hand in hand with get grounded and meditate, just because of the imagery, and that is very much, I mean, the message for all of us, for all of those who this reading resonates with, new new to the journey, well traveled, is to get grounded and to find balance, because there are things out of balance. And as we step in, there is this, the soul tribe and the star. So there is this beautiful. Oh, we've got the Ace of Cups and we've got the Four of Cups. There is this beautiful new beginning happening. It's just that you're. Sorry, I'm just gonna pick up these last cards on the floor. The beauty that is being offered to you is really, really right there. It really is. You just need to change your perspective to see it. And with the Three of Cups going into the Four of Cups, and I just see this 3, 4, 5. With the Three of Cups, the Four of Cups going into the Hierophant. And that is, it's always, a message to, from here, we see the Three of Cups going into the Four, the celebration, the party, the fun, going into the Four of Cups, where she's now tired, maybe a bit worn out, can't quite see everything, because everything's not as fun as it was when this moment took place. And she's a bit distracted by the mundaneness, right? So she's not seeing that, oh, wait, there's still something coming here and leading in. So there is this sort of message that, with this Four of Cups and this Five of Pentacles here, that there is something right there that you were just not seeing. Something within you needs to shift a perspective. You need to release something. For those of you new to the journey, it's maybe beginning to understand what is taking place. And yeah. Okay, let's see what else. And the Ten of Wands, Page of Cups, Judgment, and the Five of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. So we've got, here we see that some of you have taken that plunge, right? Where you've actually left behind and you have walked, and you are currently building and working towards something, whatever this, this new beginning. Some of you have already crossed that path, that threshold where you have seen the cup and you've stepped into the Hierophant, and you're at the star where your cup is full, so full that it is overflowing, and you have enough for it to go elsewhere. Which brings us to the main message of this: is speak your truth, start. There is a theme, I think, throughout esotericism, is that the word, of that now is the time to unite, right? And I mean, when I speak to friends of mine that are spiritual, and also in some of the groups that I belong to, there is this theme to unite. And what has been coming up for me personally, and also in some of the readings, is this judgment. Okay, we need to release judgment, and it is judgment of self. We judge others because we judge ourselves. And with this Ten of Wands, it's, what do you really want to take with you into this new phase? Do you want to continue taking judgment? Or do you want to step into the dreamer state of, like, it doesn't, where you are dreaming rather than judging? I'm gonna leave it with those words and not put my own 2 cents in, because that was what they wanted me to say. You're judging rather than dreaming. And let's see. So that that particular message, I came through very strongly. And with the Eight of Pentacles, we do see that there is a lot taking place. And for the well-traveled person that has actually, stepped started this journey. They've left behind. They've stepped into this journey. They've stepped into this full space. They are now choosing what they are taking with them into their next phase, their next step in their ascension, right? As they, what do they want to, what do you want to be releasing into the world? Because we are all beacons, all of us, and we all have light to give, to heal the world in one way or another, whether it be art, whether it be singing, whether it be talking, whether it be tarot, whether it just be healing or sending love, or say it doesn't matter. You know, you can heal the world from your shower a little bit. You know, it's all about intention and action and trust and belief that what you put out will find who it is meant for, in whatever way or form it does. Okay, and I just want to, being told to pull one more card from here. They want me to shuffle, and this is for specifically those new to the journey. I know my tarot space gets quite messy, and I hope you guys can keep up in the messiness as cards are covering cards. But I do try to get as much information for all of you as I can. Okay, no. There we go. The Age of Light. Okay. So the guidance for you, for those of you that are new, you've been training for this for lifetimes. Like it isn't new. It just feels new. It feels daunting and overwhelming. But now that for me is just a beautiful combination. Like, you are more connected to Gaia now that you are a mother than you ever were before. That connection, also that bringing a new soul into this reality, it changes. It is life changing. It is altering in ways that we cannot even begin to understand. I'm just gonna get my phone because I saw a beautiful thing. I don't like to do this normally, but a friend of mine sent me the most incredible thing yesterday, which was just absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna read it here. So it's the Hopi prophecy. When the earth is dying, there shall rise a new tribe of all colors and all creeds. This tribe shall be called the warriors of the rainbow, and it will put its faith in actions, not words. And then the Suksi prophecy is, there will come a time when the earth is sick and the animals and plants begin to die. Then the Indians will regain their spirit and gather people of all nations, colors, and beliefs to join together and fight to save the earth, the rainbow warriors. This is all about like the birthing, and this connects to like birthing of you know, the indigo children, the rainbow children. So, you know, bringing in one of these magical souls to the earth alters you forever. And it is the age of the pillar of light, the age of light. And as mothers, and as divine feminines, and divine feminine not necessarily meaning female, just for those of you that are new to the journey. Divine masculine, divine feminine are energies as opposed to genders. And they just, yep, okay, so there is this message of, yes, things are happening very, very, very quickly, right? But the Knight of Swords, and you are moving in a very fast-paced direction. You are not alone, you are guided. Reach out, find groups, and there are people that can assist you. I am in the process of getting my website up and running, and I do offer ascension coaching with tarot by using tarot, in which case we meet on a weekly basis for an hour and we go through where you're at, and we get guidance for you, and you know, we go to the source for help. Okay, I hope that that resonates with you. If that resonates with you, please hit the like button. Please feel free to leave a comment. And yeah, stay strong. Remember that you are perfectly imperfect and you are always exactly where you are meant to be. Okay, have a lovely, beautiful now. Bye bye.